What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Awkward Stories with Mr. Forrest.
Awkward Stories with Mr. Forrest!
Guys, I'm going to go all the way back to high school for this one. When I was in high school, I think I was a senior at this point. It's possible that it was the year after I graduated, but I think I was a senior at this point. Everybody was trying to hook us up with these girls. Now, I was praying about where to go to college, and my pastor had graduated from like a small Bible institute, and he was trying to motivate me to go there. And so we went and visited and stuff, and it really wasn't a good situation, a good setup. But one of the profs had 2 daughters, and I'm not busting on homeschoolers because we homeschool our kids. But these girls were homeschooled like in the stereotype homeschool way that makes you wonder if you should homeschool. They were like super socially awkward, and they didn't understand social cues. They didn't understand like a body language, things like that. And everyone was trying to hook us up, and we were trying to run away. And what made it the worst, this was like the pinnacle. Somehow they worked it out where those 2 girls stayed in our house for some reason. I don't even remember the reason. I don't know if I don't know, but they were staying in our house, and it was so weird because they lived so far away. And the whole time I just felt awkward. Now, we were living in Montana, and we had a big house, so we could accommodate them at the time. But it just made it awkward. So my mom wouldn't let me leave. Like, I just wanted to get out of there and go hang out with my friends. But my mom wouldn't let me. She's like, no, you're going to stay here. And so I called my friend Derek. I'm like, Derek, you got to come over and help me. So Derek came over, and we were always just trying to like scurry away from them. Well, this one time we were downstairs. Now, downstairs there was like a living room area, and then there's what we called the office. It had like my mom's computer and printer, but it wasn't separated from the living room by true walls. It was like lattice work. So like you could see through, you could hear through. And the girls were watching something like the printing or something. They were watching something. And all of a sudden, one of them just lets one rip. It was like, we're talking foghorn. We're talking earthquake. We're talking like a ear shattering. And it was just massive. And she didn't understand the social cues of like, that's not really socially acceptable, especially around a guy that you're trying to get to like you. She just let it fly. And then she was just like, excuse me. And Derek and I were trying not to laugh because they could easily hear if we laughed. And so we're like, and we're rolling around on the ground, and we're trying not to laugh. Our faces are turning red, and we're trying to calm down. And then finally we like peeked out and made sure they weren't looking, and we scurried upstairs. The whole situation was awkward, but that monstrous toot, that made it even more awkward. Guys, this has been another episode of Awkward Stories with Mr. Forrest.
Awkward Stories with Mr. Forrest!